Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Angie, are you ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it. Hi, everyone.
Hey, hello.
It's nice to see everyone.
Good to see you too.
So, we're going to have some fun tonight. All right? So, this is a fun topic. We're definitely going to have some laughs. I'm going to be hopefully a little bit entertaining. But on a serious note, it's really serious stuff. Right? And I contend that 99% of the world population does not understand. They don't know this stuff. That's a lot. That means there's a lot of people getting poisoned willingly and unwillingly in this world. But we're going to talk about US for right now, right? Okay, so tonight is called for those of you who have not been can you put those lights on bright out there in the back? Yeah. For those of you who have not been to a spinal workshop, this is called a spinal workshop. Every single time, we don't always talk about chiropractic or the spine, but it always relates to what we do, right? Chiropractic is the largest natural healing art on the planet. And it's about body, mind, soul, physical, chemical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and nutrition is one of those parts, right? So generally we do a workshop for newer patients or new people who have never been to a workshop. That's not this one, but it's good that you're here if you're new. But that's more of a chiropractic 101. So if you haven't been to that, I encourage you to come to the next one. The next one that we do will be the Chiropractic 101, and it's nothing that you've heard before, okay? So, but then the opposite one of the month is generally like a popular topic like this that, you know, people do every day, and we need to understand. So, the topic for tonight is called, Are the Foods We Eat Killing Us? I recreated it, so you don't have to look at this if you don't want to, but this is exactly what I'm going to talk about tonight. So I'm giving it to you because you're not going to remember everything we talk about. And we're going to speak quickly because we have limited time. Now, to be fair, normally these are 30 minutes, okay? We get you in and out in 30 minutes. This is not 30 minutes, it's longer than that. So, if you have to leave at 7 o'clock, just get up quietly and go. You're not going to offend me, all right? But we prep people by saying beforehand, this is going to be longer than 30 because I just can't get through all this in 30 minutes. It's too much info, okay? So we used to do this in two parts. So here we go. Are the foods we eat killing us? What do you think the answer is?
Yes. Can you?
The more I learn about nutrition and nutrients and how the body functions with different nutrients, it's really quite devastating what the typical American diet is. Now, are we as individuals solely responsible for ourselves?
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Oh, are we?
Right? Our doctors it's not our doctor's responsibility to follow you around every day and keep you healthy, right? Doctors don't heal people. Newsflash. We are not healers. We are facilitators for healing powers. But I can't heal you. Only you can heal you. I could guide you and facilitate the innate powers of healing, which is called innate intelligence, which we all possess. But I can't actually do the healing. No doctor can. The greatest doctor in the white coat in the world cannot heal you. If they say they do, find another doctor. Okay, so we need to understand the perspective of how healing works. It's an inside job. Okay, so I'm going to give you some bullet points, and sprinkled in, we're going to talk about things. Okay. Raise your hand. Who brought stuff for us to look at? Raise your hand.
I I just took pictures of the food label, I didn't.
Okay. So almost everyone. I don't know if we're gonna get to it all, but I promise you I'll get to at least one item of everyone that brought something, okay? I don't know if we're gonna get to everything, but I wanted to just show you that you have to be very, very diligent in this country in what you put in your mouth. We cannot rely on the food industry. The food industry, the government entity is called the FDA, Food and Drug Administration. Does that sound strange that it's called that? It is to me. Should food and drug or drug and food be in the same entity? No, there should not be drugs in our food. But our food is loaded with chemicals, and they're drugs. And it's sickening, and it drives me nuts. And I had an eye-opener myself 4 months ago. I had a heart attack. And it was a rough patch for me, if you were around during that time. The month of September was difficult. And I had to totally revamp. And I ate well. I ate high quality food. I cook almost all my meals. I'm a pretty good cook. I shop fresh. I tried my best to buy all of the things. But I also overeat or overate. And my portions were too big. And I grew up in an Italian Roman Catholic household with lots of guilt. It's almost like the Jewish or Irish. If you're Catholic and you're Jewish, Irish, or Italian, you're gonna have to work through, or Spanish, you're gonna have to work through things later in life, because it's a different culture, right? It's an ethnic culture, and food is the center of everything, right? But the food now is different from the food 50 years ago when I was growing up. It's not the same, and it's not okay. So, this is what I'm going to give you the facts, okay? What to avoid if you want to avoid poisons in our food. You have to avoid these things or eliminate these things. I'm not saying it's easy. The emotional part we'll talk about later, because I'm not saying it's easy, right? I'm just saying these are the facts, right? Sugar are simple carbohydrates. Sugar is in everything. There's lots of forms of sugar, as you're going to see, right? There's lots of chemicals in the sugar products, or the sweet, we should have called it sweeteners, because this is not only the white cane sugar that you may be thinking of. That's not even in the foods anymore. They don't even use real sugar anymore. They use all the cheap garbage that has chemicals in it. So, sugar is a poison in any form, even honey, okay? Before you say, well, honey is good for us, honey does have some good principles, right? Natural sugar does have some good principles, like honey or natural maple syrup or things like that. But it still has the same effect on our glycemic index, our liver, our pancreas. It still acts as a poison, okay? So just understand that. Don't get mad at me, okay? Grains. Grains are in everything. Grains, wheat, flour, rice, oats, all the fancy stuff. Anything that is a grain is a poison, okay? I'm going to tell you why after we get through the group, okay? Dairy should be avoided, right? Unless it's in the type of dairy that's in the lower column, which I'll get to. So we're talking about normal products, right? Dairy, normal dairy. You go to the store, you buy a gallon of milk, that kind of dairy. You go get processed ShopRite yellow American cheese. That's the kind of dairy I'm talking about. It's poison, okay? It's highly processed. Dairy is killed, it's not alive. They homogenize it. What's the other word? They pasteurize it. They goobity-goobity-eyes it. They do they heat it, they cook it, they do all that to kill the bacteria and viruses and germs. But they're killing all the good stuff in it too. So we're not talking about raw dairy, right? Do you know raw dairy is illegal in New Jersey? The Amish cannot bring raw dairy in from Pennsylvania and sell it. That's crazy. They're selling crack, they're selling dope, they're selling all this other garbage, but you can't sell raw dairy?
Gotta go to Philly and get it.
I get a little excited. Corn.
Can you get just pasteurized milk here?
Every milk is pasteurized.
Right, I
Yeah.
mean, not homogenized.
I don't know. You mean, it's gotta be raw for it to be any
I
good.
understand that,
Yeah.
but the homogenized is what causes so much heart disease.
That and pasteurized, yeah, everything that,
Pasteurized, they just heat it, but when they homogenize it, it's like it's shot out of these high-speed
That's
cannons,
right.
and it breaks the fat molecules
That's
so
right.
down, where if it's just pasteurized, that passes through your system.
that's right. But they also,
Homogenized gets absorbed into the blood.
right, so there is some truth to those things. But in general, raw is the way to go because it's not heated at all, right? Once you heat certain things, it turns into a different compound. So yes, you gotta stick with raw, basically, okay? Corn. 99.9% of all corn in the US is monopolized and it's genetically modified. Stay away from corn. It's not considered a grain like wheat, so it doesn't have any gluten in it, but it's got all the other stuff in it, including Monsanto pesticides, which are Roundup, basically, glyphosate, highly carcinogen, okay? They're lying to us, they're saying it's safe. The government allows it, it doesn't mean it's okay. The government used to allow frontal lobotomies too, and they said it was okay. Doctors used to be paid to give cigarette commercials back in the day. Remember those? Oh, mature people in the office. Remember in the 50s and 60s? Doctors in a white coat were saying this is good for you. They were saying, give your kids Coca-Cola. It's good for you, right? It's good for them. No, right? We need to wake up. Corn is in everything. The vitamin C that you buy, I talk about vitamin C all the time. The reason, trust me, I don't make money on these supplements. The reason why I sell these supplements and recommend them is because they're the best quality you can find. Not the only, but the best. The vitamin C that you buy in ShopRite or in Walmart or in Costco, it's made from corn syrup. You can extract a vitamin from anything, but it doesn't mean it's high quality. Right? It's boiled down corn vitamin C. Know what you're putting in your body, right? GMOs, so avoid GMOs, genetically modified organisms, also known as bioengineered foods. Almost everything on this side has the label bioengineered in it. It's disgusting. You think you're making Christmas cookies with your kids and your grandkids, and it's all bioengineered right here. Right here. Ingredients derived from bioengineered sources. Bioengineered means it's man-made. It's not real. It's fake. I'm all about being authentic. I can't stand fake stuff. It's not meant to be put in our body. Artificial colors, flavors, and sweeteners. Anything that says diet on it, stay away from it. Coke zero, this zero, that zero. If it doesn't have real sugar in it, it's got aspartame, which is an artificial sweetener. Been proven to it's carcinogen, causes cancer. Okay? So any type of artificial. Oh, who likes pickles? I love pickles. Anybody like pickles? You know that yellow juice in the famous pickle brands, right? You know that yellow, who likes to have a hot dog once in a while? You know that yellow,
Frenches.
Mustard.
not mustard, no. That yellow relish. You know why it's yellow? It's got yellow number 5 or 8 dye in it. It's a chemical, right? So, artificial colors, flavors, sweeteners, trans fats, and seed oils. This is a big one. A trans fat is a fat that is not normally, it is an oil that's not normally in that state. So, corn oil is not normally a liquid. Corn is not normally a liquid, right? They're called trans fats because when you heat them, they become so unstable and what we call oxidized that they are just loaded with what we call free radicals, and they're horrible for the body. So, trans fats or seed oils, they're in everything. Anybody bring in potato chips, just plain old potato chips? Look in the back of your favorite potato chip. Ruffles, Lay's, you name it. You're gonna see cottonseed oil, palm kernel oil, right? You've heard of that? Let me see that. What does it say in there? Well, first of all, this is not even, Pringles, they can't even call it a potato chip. It doesn't say, I'm gonna take a guess.
Well, it has multigrain, so I
They
figured
call
I was
it,
eating healthy.
they call it, everything is a scam. They call it a crisp. It's not, they're not allowed to call it a potato chip because ingredients. Yellow corn flour, it's not even a potato. Yellow corn flour, vegetable oil, corn cottonseed, high oleic soybean, cancer, sunflower, dried potatoes. It has some dried potato. Maltodextrin, poison. Maltodextrin is a sugar compound that's cheap. Rice flour, cornstarch, whole wheat flour, malted barley flour, and it goes on and on and on. Okay, so no to Pringles. I used to love these things. No,
Once you pop, you can't stop.
yeah, that's why I had a heart attack.
That's why you get your hand stuck in there after a
No
while.
to
You can't
Pringles,
fit in there anymore.
okay? So trans fats are in every single restaurant unless it's part of a co-op that is designated as no seed oil restaurants. There's such a thing. But everything you get when you go out, construction guys, they're out working hard, God bless them, they're working hard. They go out and they go get a hamburger and french fries, right? All trans fats, right? Anything fried in a restaurant, even in good restaurants, it's all trans fats. The government banned the use of lard. Remember when stuff used to be fried in lard? That's actually okay, right? But when the American Heart Association got on their kick to make money, and they tried to ban saturated fats because they said saturated fats cause heart disease. Not true. Saturated fats don't cause heart disease. It's what we put the saturated fats on. Butter does not cause heart disease. It's the bread we put it on. It's the sugar that we mix with the fat. Processed foods. Everything on this side is processed. Ultra, super processed. If it has a long ingredients list, it's processed. If it has a short ingredients list, avocado oil, one thing, it's called single sourced, not processed, right? Low processed, okay? Low processed. One of the peanut butters that I eat. Peanuts, that's it, and salt. If you look at Skippy, you're gonna see sugar.
Sugar in
And they have to add, you don't need to add oil to peanuts, there's enough natural oil, right? So,
What's the name of that, Val?
we'll go over it later, okay? I'm gonna leave everything here, okay? So processed foods are in everything, right? So we should be trying to eat single ingredient foods, right? We're gonna get to it, but like, so piece of salmon, it's one ingredient, right? Steamed broccoli, it's one ingredient, right? Not not macaroni and cheese from Kraft. That's not single source. There's a lot of ingredients in there. Keep that off your plate, right? So salmon, broccoli, blueberries, all one ingredient. So keep that in mind. I forgot to put that on here. Try to put on your plate only single ingredient foods, right?
The thing that you're talking about oils was too, I read that canola oil was originally used for manufacturing.
So it's an industrial oil.
Yeah, and people cook with it.
That's a trans fat. Canola, stay away from canola. I'm gonna go over the good stuff. Don't worry, I got you covered. Okay? Yes. It is so is fluoride, by the way. I am confident that RFK Jr. is gonna get fluoride banned from the drinking water. Hallelujah.
It was just on the news tonight.
I don't watch the news, but okay. So stick with me. Fluoride is an industrial waste, just like canola oil. But the Dental Association, to make money, the last 50 years has been pushing everything with fluoride. No, stay away from fluoride. Buy toothpaste with fluoride free. I have one cavity when I was like 8, and I don't use fluoride. So that's garbage, right? You don't need fluoride to prevent cavities. Over-the-counter drugs, medicines, okay? Some medicines keep people alive. I'm not telling you, disclaimer, I'm not telling you to stop your medications. I'm telling you to make better choices. I'm giving you the ammunition to make better choices. Over-the-counter drugs. People pop Tylenol and Motrin and stuff like that like it's candy every day. And then their liver fails or their kidneys die, right? So it's not candy, right? High glycemic foods. Everything we just talked about is a high glycemic food. Stay away from foods that are high on the glycemic index, which means when you take in a food like sugar, high glycemic food, there's no maple in here. Nothing maple is in here. It's a scam, right? If I tell a lie in my practice, I can get sanctioned by the board and lose my license. But they can mislead you all day long and they're rewarded for it with billions of dollars. It's nonsense. It's a crime. It's a sin, as my mom used to say. High glycemic foods. Any food that makes your pancreas spit out more insulin is a high glycemic food. Stay away from that. You have to start learning about that.
Can I see that syrup again?
Yeah.
It usually says pancakes.
Where'd you get this from?
I don't even know.
It's gotta be years
First
old.
of all,
Oh, yeah, because it's got
I'm
Yeah,
that.
you can't have that.
that's
Yeah,
what
right,
I used
right.
to feed my kids before I met him.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
That's
this
how
is-
long it's been in my
that's
cabinet.
ancient. Yeah.
That's how long.
This is probably
it doesn't
worth
say
money,
that.
right?
It
You
doesn't
can't-
say that
That's a
anymore.
good point. Look,
You're right.
the Aunt Jemima is banned.
We're not allowed to eat my
Right, we
stuff
can't
anymore.
say Aunt Jemima anymore, right? Okay, so
That's
this,
the answer.
Let's-
Because I'm not allowed to eat it.
so let's tell the truth, right? So
that's the
I made Angie go through her cabinets from God knows how long ago and cleared out all the stuff. It's not allowed anymore. We don't eat it. You can't give it to the kids, right? So, but this was from somewhere in her cabinet,
I
right?
got it.
But yeah, good call, good pick, right? All this junk was from her cabinets, right?
All the way
Okay.
to the back of the cobwebs.
All right, let's
I'm
get
not
to the
allowed to
good
touch it
stuff.
anymore.
Let's get to the good stuff. Now, well, what do I eat, Dr. Val? What can I eat besides ice cubes? There's nothing to eat. You can't eat anything. That's what I hear. There is a lot of stuff that you can't eat anymore if you choose to avoid these poisons because it's in everything. That is true. But once you start to learn and get diligent, there are I need some water, please. There are things that you could eat. Here we go. What you want to add. What you want to add are meat, eggs. So let's start with meat. We want to eat meat into our diet, but grass-fed and finished and wild caught. So look there. I no disrespect to vegetarians, but the truth is, animal protein has complete vitamins, minerals, nutrients, enzymes, proteins, amino acids that you can't get if you're only eating vegetables. Okay, so that's just the way it is. But not all meat is good. Most of the meat you get is loaded with these chemicals. So add meat that says grass-fed and grass-finished, not corn. That delicious steak you paid $58 for is corn-fed, baby. That's why it tastes so good. And if it's grass-fed, what they do to trick you is at the end of their life, they load them up on corn at the end for X amount of whatever time, because the end makes the corn at the end, the grain makes it taste better, right? So it's got to say grass-fed and finished, okay? Wild caught. Say what you want about me being a hunter. I don't care, because when I shoot a deer, I put it in the freezer. I don't waste anything, and I know that that's grass-fed, grass-finished. There's no cornfields around, and I'm supplying clean, viable, organic, grass-fed, grass-finished protein for my family. Right? That's the reason why I hunt. Okay. Wild-caught salmon. You go to Costco or ShopRite, the regular salmon that's farm-raised is that bright, beautiful orange. And that the wild stuff has got like scales on it, and there's like junk on it, and it's like purple and pale, but that's the good stuff. That's the stuff with all the good fats and oil in it, okay? So, eggs. Eggs are a wonderful food source. Eggs, you don't have to worry about cholesterol, people. Eggs don't raise your cholesterol.
They tried to do that 20 years ago.
That's all a lie. If they're good eggs, they have to say pasture raised. Now, I gave you, this is information. Don't go to the store and get cage free. Only get the pasture raised, okay? If you're gonna do it. If you're not gonna do it, you buy whatever you want.
So
But
what's the difference between wild
Be-
and, what is the difference between?
no, we're talking about eggs now. We're off of the wild.
Right, but the eggs have, if they're,
If they're-
pasture-raised,
So pasture raised means that the chickens are in the field
Right, in the field.
eating bugs and worms and twigs and sticks and whatever chickens eat, but they're not eating grains and corn feed that are man-made. You get it?
Cage-free means
Means
they're not in a
nothing.
cage. It's still the same thing.
Cage-free
Yeah,
just
I
means
know.
they let them out of the little cage for a
Yeah,
second.
I understand.
Doesn't mean anything,
They're eating
okay?
whatever they give them.
Yeah,
Right.
so
I get my eggs from-
pasture, the word pasture raised is the key, okay? Organic, non-GMO, stick with me ladies, organic, non-GMO are other key phrases. But it really should say 100% organic, because there's so many legal loopholes in the government that let them use the word organic if it's only 20% organic. So it really should say 100% organic, non-GMO, pasture raised, or these other key phrases, okay? Good fats. We need fat in our diet. Low fat is linked to Alzheimer's, okay? So we need fat and cholesterol, and our cholesterol should go up as we age. Cholesterol is not bad. I'll give a whole lecture on cholesterol and why statin drugs are potentially harmful, okay? So Good fat, saturated fat is not bad. It's what you put the saturated fat on is what makes the saturated fat seem bad, right? But they've deceived us. They told us that you shouldn't eat saturated fat. Don't eat butter, which is one single ingredient, but eat margarine, which is corn oil and cottonseed oil and palm kernel oil that we hydrogenate, which means we blast it with this powerful jet and it becomes a solid. Eat that.
Ants won't,
What's that?
ants won't eat margarine.
Right. Don't eat margarine. All that stuff, right? Those are all seed oils. Those are trans fats, right? So they're scams. Good fats. Tallow is beef fat. Lard is pork fat. So when I buy uncured bacon without the nitrates or nitrites in it, I save the bacon grease and I put it in a glass container. That's lard. You could use that for cooking as long as it's uncured bacon, right? Everything else, all the processed meats are cured unless it says uncured, okay? Ghee is clarified butter fat. It's in a lot of Indian food. But ghee is basically, the clarified butter is the cream of the super fat that comes on the top, and they scoop it up when they gently heat butter. That's called ghee. Coconut oil, unrefined and organic, right here, right? This is good. Coconut oil is a superfood, right? It's the best of the saturated fats. This is a saturated fat. It is not harmful. This is heart healthy, right? So saturated fat is healthy. Avocado oil, olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, single sourced origin. So buy olive oil from one country. There's a lot of countries that make them. Spain makes great olive oil. Italy makes Greece makes great, but only one. If you buy the big gallon for $12, it's from Tunisia, Tanzania, Greece, Spain, Portugal, blah blah blah, Africa. It's from, you don't know where the olives come from. Single source olive oil is good. Avocados and avocado oil. Start eating a half of an avocado a day, right? It's a good, it's got a lot of potassium. I think avocados are considered fruit. You don't have to worry so much about organic because it's got thick skin like a coconut, but you know, you can get organic, right, with that too. Low glycemic foods, okay? Those are the things that you can add when you get rid of the top one, okay? That's what you want to stick to. All right, meal combos. When you get rid of all the top poisons, it gets rid of all the simple carbohydrates, okay? Carbohydrates are not bad. Vegetables are carbohydrates. I'm not talking about those kind of carbohydrates. I'm talking about simple carbohydrates, which are ultra processed, like the grains and the breads and the stuffings and the cakes and the biscuits and the crackers and that, right? That kind. So I called it vegetables. I didn't say carbohydrate because we know that vegetables are primarily carbohydrate, okay? So, great meal combos, right? Protein, fat, veggie, berries. There's no carbohydrate, there's no simple carbs in there. There's no pasta, there's no grain, there's no white rice, there's no baked potato, there's no, you know, that kind of stuff, right? We just got to get those things out of because those are high glycemic, okay? There's no fruit on here except berries. Berries are the fruit, that's it. Everything else is high glycemic, okay? But berries are an acceptable fruit because they're low glycemic, okay? Read the ingredients before you buy. What time is it?
5 after.
Say again?
7:05.
Okay, so I don't keep you too long. Now we're going to start getting into the good stuff, okay? So, This is all the stuff that people have in their pantries every single day, right? Here you go. Aunt Jemima. High fructose corn syrup. Water. Cellulose gum. Natural and artificial flavor. Natural, the word natural flavor means that it could be artificial. It's a legal loophole. So anything with natural flavor, one of my products has an ingredient that says natural flavor. So this is really bad. I'm going to show you stuff that's better and then best, okay? So, but artificial flavor, they're not even trying to hide it. They're saying we're poisoning you. And then all kinds of other hexanes and chemicals that are petroleum based. So whether you realize it or not, all these chemicals, you're putting petroleum based chemicals in your body. You wouldn't drink motor oil, would you? Would you drink antifreeze? But you do every day because those same chemical compounds are in our food. You just don't know what they're called. Oh, who doesn't love a good brisket, baby?
You're not going to take barbecue sauce from me, Doctor.
Yeah.
No. You can make your own. No, you won't, because I'm going to teach you how to make it. You're going to make it, and it's going to taste better than this. High fructose corn syrup, vinegar, tomato paste, modified food starch, junk. You get it? Corn syrup, sugar. There's like 5 different types of sugar that aren't even real sugars in here. Junk. I teach you how to make it because I have a treat for you. Don't leave because...
I gotta leave.
Okay. If you have to leave...
I'm actually late.
If you're late, here, take one of these. That's a healthy cookie. And go. There's no sugar, no grain. All right, we'll see you next time. Here, follow me, keep with me, give these, let everybody taste.
Have a good night.
Yeah, good night.
We'll send you the video so you can watch it. Have a good night.
Grass, wild rice.
Wild rice is the best
I
rice you
eat a
can.
lot of that.
Okay, I wouldn't eat a lot of it, but if you're gonna eat rice, wild rice is lower.
I'm not sure.
Lower.
Oh, okay.
Let's just pass them out. Okay.
The cookie's amazing.
Good.
Thank you.
I'm gonna teach you how to do all this. So wild rice, if you're gonna eat rice, it's the better of the rices, better than brown rice, better.
Because I use that when I cook. So I
Right, but still avoid it.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So, Campbell's soup is America's soup, right? Chicken noodle soup. How many parents gave their kids chicken noodle soup when they were sick? Come on, right? All right, here we go. Chicken stock, enriched egg noodles, so it's all grain. Wheat, flour, eggs, niacin, ferrous sulfite, diamond. Whenever you see enriched flour, which is every kind of flour, this is what enriched means. It's very important. When you buy white flour, which is what is in everything, they take the whole wheat that God created and they strip it down and they bleach it and they beat it up and they throw chemicals at it and it's got no nutritional value. That's why they then enrich it, which means they add back all the stuff they took away. And so anytime you see enriched flour, enriched niacin, thiamine, riboflavin, folic acid, it's just a poor type of chemical, of a synthetic vitamin that they're adding back from something they shouldn't have destroyed in the first place. If you're gonna eat wheat, eat 100% whole wheat. The Italians do it right. They do 100% durum semolina wheat, it's called, right? So, but regular pasta is junk. Okay? So, junk, right?
Wait, what else is in there? What's the worst thing that's in there?
MSG.
What else?
I don't know. Did I get to it?
Bioengineered.
Oh, these are all bioengineered, okay? All right. So look, I can't go through everything, but do you get the point? This is all bioengineered. It says it right on the thing, right? So I can't go through all of this, right? There's no maple syrup in here.
Oh, that's all,
I find
that's
that
all
also-
fake stuff.
Now, regular ketchup has got 3 or 4 different kinds of high fructose corn syrup. Now, I don't eat ketchup anymore, but this was my ketchup before the heart attack. It's simple ketchup. So, it has sugar, but it's real sugar, and that's it. And then the other stuff. So, there's a lot of sugar in ketchup. We don't realize that America is a condiment country. Italy doesn't have condiment. They don't use ketchup and mayonnaise and mustard. They don't use that stuff, right? I doubt that Spain does, or Greece does, or any of those Mediterranean countries, right? Right? So, now, this is not good, but it's better than regular ketchup, right? So here you go. Tomato concentrate, sugar, which is white cane sugar, table sugar, distilled vinegar, salt, onion powder, spices, okay? So it's better than the Heinz that you get, but it's not really, we shouldn't eat this either. But at least it's real sugar. It's not corn sugar, which is the worst of the sugars, okay? All right, so now, who can get rid of bread out of their diet forever? Most people will say, I can't get rid of bread, right? So, the worst bread is like the white Wonder breads, right? The better bread, not the best, but the better bread, right? The better bread, something like this, Ezekiel, sprouted. Now, it's flourless, but it still has wheat in it, okay? So it's not enriched flour, but Ezekiel is a decent brand. Here's what makes it decent if you're going to eat grain. Sprouted grain, organic, certified non-GMO, all good things. Listen to these ingredients. This is what I was eating before the heart attack. Organic sprouted wheat. Everything is organic. Organic, I'm not going to say the word organic over and over. Organic everything. Sprouted wheat, barley, sprouted millet, malted barley, sprouted lentils, organic sprouted soybean, spelt, and then at the very end, organic wheat gluten. So the gluten makes it not great, but it's way better than Wonder Bread, right? Because it does have wheat in it, and it does have gluten, but it's the last ingredient, right? Everything else is sprouted, which means they're not processing it, right? It's just think of a flour, right? The flour sprouts, right? And the wheat sprouts, and that green thing that sprouts, they take that and they make it into bread. They don't take the wheat and beat it up and dye it and chemically, and then it's not white bread, right? So this is better, but this is best. So this is what I eat now, and that's why that's whole and unopened, and this is not. Okay? This is the best bread I can find. Okay? It's $12 a bag, and you could only find it in a health food store in Linwood, but it's Base Culture Original Keto Bread. So this is an example of bread, if you will, that doesn't have anything bad in it. Okay, here you go. Ingredients. Almond butter, eggs, flaxseed meal, arrowroot flour, psyllium husk powder, which is a natural fiber, almond flour, apple cider vinegar, sea salt, baking soda. That's it. Ingredients are non-GMO. So, this does not have any grain whatsoever. There's no wheat, there's no gluten. It's fat, it's got almond flour, right? It's made from nuts, basically. There's 0 sugars in it. You look at your white breads, they're loaded with sugar. You get the Hawaiian, those sweet breads, there's tons of sugar. Teaspoon, listen, you wanna know how many grams, you wanna know what a teaspoon of sugar is? 1 teaspoon of sugar is 4.2 grams. So, what is 38 divided by 4.2? 38 divided by 4.2.
It's like 9.
A can of soda of any brand has 38 grams of sugar. Guess what else has 38 grams of sugar? Pure orange juice.
Oh,
100% fruit juice. The same exact physiological effect as soda.
right.
How many kids, that's all they drink? Juicy juice, orange juice, this juice, that juice, apple juice. I did it.
Sunny D is
Right?
horrible.
Well, that's got oil in it.
Yeah,
That's got
exactly.
canola oil. So the point is this. When you see, oh, it's got 4 grams of sugar. That's 1 teaspoon.
Yeah.
Right? If it's got 8 grams of sugar, it's 2 teaspoons of sugar. If it's got 30, if you drink a can of soda, now come on, folks. How easy is it to drink 12 ounces, 1 can of soda? If you're gonna drink it, it's done in a second. 9 teaspoons of sugar. Boom! Your liver and your pancreas go bonkers over that. And you talk about going to get a big gulp, or you go to McDonald's or wherever, and it's 50 ounces. That's probably got
whole bowl of sugar.
20 teaspoons, 30 teaspoons. All those iced coffees that people like, that they spend $8 on, that they're walking around and they're brown and it's got 20, 30 teaspoons of sugar in it. And most of them are good looking, cute little thin girls drinking that junk. Not for long, sweetie.
Good catch up.
Okay? You get it?
And there's people who work at that place, and even if you ask for like a diet or like no sugar, they have a syrup that they're supposed to put in every drink, regardless.
Right.
And it's sugar.
Right. Right. There you go. So this is best. You like to chew gum? Best. There's no sugar in this. Pure. It's xylitol, that's it. It's a natural sweetener. Okay? No sugar, natural sweetener. I forgot to bring my swerve. Cereal replacement. No more cereal. Cereals are all grains. Okay? So this is what I have occasionally with some berries. Okay? Sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, coconut, almond, pecan, erythritol, which is acceptable, butter. This is the one with the 1 ingredient of natural flavors. So that's probably not good. Blueberries, cinnamon, monk fruit. This is pretty good, right? There's 1 ingredient that's questionable. But this replaces granola or cereal,
Where do you
okay?
get that cereal?
Huh?
Is that where do you get that? You can shop right?
Costco.
Costco?
Pistachios, very good. Okay, pistachios. Even these have a flavoring on it, but it's just it's spice. It's not artificial. Okay, pistachios, macadamia nuts, the healthiest nut you can get. Macadamia nut, the healthiest nut you can buy. They're incredibly expensive, but not at. I found these in BJ's. They were really, really cheap. Okay? It's just dry roasted and salt. That's it. You don't have to give up chocolate. Okay? If it's above 70% cacao, it's got very little sugar. Don't get the 70 though, because it does have sugar. But this 90%, it's got only 2 grams of sugar. So what did I say? 4.2 grams is 1 teaspoon. This has got 2 grams, so it's a half a teaspoon. And this is 90%. This is not sweet.
Is that the whole package?
It's for
Per serving?
it's for a third of this though, so that's not bad. I don't eat a third at a time. So here, 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. Okay. So
All these?
you can get it anywhere. You can get it anywhere. Okay.
In the freezer, it keeps it fresh. I keep my chocolate in the freezer.
Okay. So this is the best. This is the best jelly or jam I can find. Okay. It has sugar, but it's not added sugar. So if you're gonna have jelly with your peanut butter or on your base culture toast, then this is the kind to get. It's Polaner sweetened only with fruit juice. Now, fruit juice has a lot of sugar, but juice concentrate, pear, grape, pineapple, Concord grape juice, it's only fruit juice. They do add fruit pectin, which is I don't believe it's a sugar. It's more of like a gelatin. So we won't even talk
It's the
about that.
white, the powder on the outside of the blueberries is pectin.
Right. It keeps it makes it kind of jelly-like instead of blah. Right. So I'm not advocating this every day, but I'm saying if you're going to use jelly, then look, 0
Zero added sugars we have to look at when you're.
right. Well, this is the added sugar is from the juice. It's not from It's only from the juice.
Right.
But in general, you want to have it say no added sugar. Okay. All right. So it would be like the natural sugar.
Right.
Okay. So those are just some examples of worst, better, and best. Right. We got to wrap it up or else we'll be here all night. So if you want me to look at, I'll look at one item per person if you want.
I learned when I was young and first raising a family, when you go to the grocery store, your best bet is shop the perimeter.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't go down the aisles.
Right, exactly.
That's what I do.
I agree. Okay, this is really good. Okay, I get this at Costco, but it's corn. Okay, so it is corn, but so it is a carbohydrate, but it's a is this the one that's a okay, non-GMO, no vegetable oil, and USDA organic. So it's better than regular popcorn. Organic, non-GMO popcorn, extra virgin coconut oil, and salt. That's it. So this is a better alternative. Yes, good. Edamame beans. Okay. Now, edamame are soybeans. In general, I would say stay away from soy because there may be some link to estrogen levels. However, that's not conclusive, but if you're going to eat soy, it should be non-GMO, okay? Because soy is like corn. So unfortunately, this is a no because it has soybean oil and it's GMO. So that's a no. Unless it says non-GMO. Anybody else? Crushed tomatoes. This is probably okay. Organic tomatoes, organic tomato puree, sea salt. Good. Anything else? Oh, pistachios. Okay. Oh, okay. Listen up, people. Listen. Follow me. Okay, so this is a good one, okay? You ready? I just said pistachios are good, but these pistachios have sunflower oil in it, so that's a no, okay? Oh, I don't like this. Wait a second. It says no hydrogenated oil. Let's see. Oh, no.
Oh my
Do you eat this? No, there's no judgment. I didn't ask you that.
No. I'm wondering whether I should throw it out. or
Yes,
not.
it's
That's
all
why I
soybean.
brought it.
It's all soybean oil.
Okay.
First ingredient, soybean. Palm oil, palm kernel oil.
Oh no, palm oil, no, that's the worst.
Artificial flavor, I don't even have to go on, no. You should throw this in the dumpster before you even leave the parking lot.
Okay, here you go, last one.
All right, I made my first funny tonight. All right. Cinnamon roll muffins, 1 gram of sugar, keto friendly, which could be dangerous. Zucchini, whole eggs, sunflower seed flour. Okay, wait. Allulose is acceptable, sweetener, carrots. Soluble corn fiber, not so good. And it just kind of goes downhill from there. Natural flavors, cornstarch. Oh, sugar, cornstarch, palm oil, palm kernel. It gets worse. I'm getting sunflower, canola wax. It's got wax in it. I put that on my surfboard, baby.
I'll put that with the butter.
Yeah, so watch out for keto friendly because a lot of times they trick you by putting in the oils. Okay? But this is dirty keto, we call it. So it only has 1 gram of sugar, so they call it keto friendly. But it's got all those oils. This is filthy keto, it's called.
You're a dirty girl.
Oh, these. Here we go. Enriched wheat flour. Enriched wheat flour. That means it's got no benefit. Vegetable oil, canola, sunflower, soybean. No. Sugar, yeah, no good. How many kids eat that every day? Anything else?
I didn't bring the get the big bucket.
Okay, so this is a good one. This is a good one, I think. Not good meaning you can eat it, meaning good for entertainment purposes. Okay, listen, I love potato chips. Who doesn't like potato chips, right? With a nice sandwich, right? Okay, here we go. Potatoes, vegetable oil, canola, safflower. This is what I was talking about. So no, but hang on. If you're gonna eat potato chips, get the ones that say potatoes, avocado oil. That's it. Or potatoes, olive oil. They're there. Okay? Potatoes, avocado, or olive oil. That's the only good ones. That's the only ones I've ever seen.
Oil on Thrive.
Huh?
Thrive Market. They have-
Thrive is good. Yeah, Thrive is good. But these are all the seed oils. So
Yeah, I didn't realize.
now, even if you get the potato chips, follow me guys, even if you get the potato chips that say potatoes and avocado oil, it's still a potato. So it still is high in carbohydrate. 15 grams of carbohydrates for 9 chips. I can put 9 chips in my mouth at once. All right? I'm being honest, right? All right, so no to that. Okay, we're getting down. We gotta finish soon. Pitted Kalamata. This I don't foresee a problem. Pitted Kalamata olives, water, balsamic vinegar. Yeah, no problem. That's good. Good.
Yay, we got winning.
All right, last one.
That's a good one.
Large round cheese raviolis. I love raviolis. Okay, but no to this. Okay, first of all, it's pasta, and the flour is not high quality. Wait, hang on. Whoa, hang on. Extra fancy Durham wheat flour.
Fancy.
So it doesn't say whole wheat flour, but it says Durham wheat, and it doesn't say semolina, but Durham wheat means semolina. So it's not so bad so far, but it says niacin, iron, thiamine, riboflavin, which means it's enriched. So it's white flour, unfortunately. Okay.
it's not whole wheat flour, because all flour is wheat, right? So now it goes downhill. Yellow corn flour, corn oil, and the rest of the stuff is okay. Imported Pecorino Romano. See, they would do something as good as Pecorino Romano imported. I don't know from where. I only get it from Italy. But that's a good ingredient. Pecorino Romano imported from Italy is okay, right? Because it's a sheep's milk. And sheep's milk in Italy is grass-fed. You see where I'm going? But the craft Pecorino Romano that you get in the green jar, no. Okay, so unfortunately it's a no to that. But if you make your own, then you can do it once in a while. Okay, we got.
This is once in a great while.
Yeah, we got to wrap it up. Okay, so you guys get the point. We had a little fun tonight, right? But the serious part is there's so much of what is in the stores that is being put in front of us that the average person, they don't have a chance. They don't have a chance. And when you go out to to any restaurant, you don't have a chance because you're getting all this stuff. Okay, you can't eat. I meant to bring salad dressing. That's the worst. Right? So if you so my hope for you is that this helped change your understanding a little bit to make to slow down, to read before you intake or buy. It's going to save you a lot of money, I promise you. Even though this stuff is expensive, it's less expensive than all of this junk in many ways because you don't eat as much. I lost 40 pounds since my heart attack, and I really didn't do a lot physically because I'm still building my heart, but it was all nutritional. And it was just from cutting out the things that we talked about, right? So I will tell the truth. This is the truth. So the other night, I made aglio olio for Angie, okay? I did it. It was one meal. I had 2 plates of it, and it was done. But I used high quality durum wheat from Italy, imported, and then I added lots of fiber. So if you know what aglio olio is, it's a classic holiday Italian dish. It's very, very high quality durum wheat, but I loaded it up with walnuts and black olives, which are fiber, pure olive oil, and Pecorino Romano cheese, and parsley and garlic. So even though I broke my fast and I had pasta for the first time in 4 months, and it was delicious. It was one meal, and the quality of those ingredients were super, super high, and I added lots of fiber and fat and good fat to that. So, but I'm not planning on having pasta again for a really long time, okay? So I just told you the truth because that's what it's about, all right? We're done.
Thank you.
Where do you stand on getting? Where do you stand on looking for food that's not originating in the U.S.? Avocados in California versus Mexico.
Yeah.
Because
So that's
we
a
don't
good.
allow GMOs.
Well, that's a good question.
Roundup and a lot
Well,
of
we don't know unless you read it. So you have to start getting good at reading. I'm still learning about what the different organic labels mean. So just because it says organic doesn't mean it's good. It might be only 20% organic. So you have to start, keep those papers I gave you and follow those guidelines, and it'll be a start. But in general, if you get, things that are imported from Italy that say 100%, like if it's Pecorino Romano cheese or mozzarella or things like that, you're not gonna know unless you read. It's from goat's milk. Goats, they're wild. They're not domesticated. So certain types of dairy are better, and that's one of them. Pecorino Romano It's grass-fed.
Locatelli.
Locatelli that's the brand Locatelli is a wonderful brand. And it's from Italy and it's made from goats. So if you get like those type of things, those type of cheeses, grass-fed, some of the Irish cheeses are, you gotta read. Some of the Kerrygold and some of the other from grass-fed cows. So that kind of dairy is better than the other dairy, okay? All right, last question.
The Nutritional, is that a cereal?
Well, it's no grain. It's all. It's considered. It depends on how you define cereal. It's a no grain granola or cereal.
Okay, well, my question is, if that's a cereal, what do you use for milk?
Good question. I use unsweetened coconut milk.
Almond milk? How about
No,
almond
not
milk?
almond milk.
Not almond milk?
No. Unsweet almond nuts, but not the almond milk, because generally it's poor quality. So, but unsweetened coconut milk is just coconut, salt, and like one other thing.
So Fairlife is not good?
I don't know what Fairlife is.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't Coca-Cola make that?
It's just a brand. I don't know every single brand.
It's a regular
Does
size.
it?
You probably don't
Really?
want that.
It's just-
Yeah, no, I would,
It's got like
if you,
30 grams of, 30 grams of protein in it.
no, it's milk.
Yeah.
The only milk you should drink is grass-fed, grass-finished raw milk, and you can't get that.
So I guess yogurt's not out of the question.
If you're gonna eat yogurt, make sure it's full-fat Greek yogurt,
And is frozen berries good?
as long as there's no added sugar. Let me tell you, last tip, and then I have to go. I got dogs to let
Oh,
out.
I'm sorry.
No, let me
Okay.
tell you one more thing. It's a good question though. Last tip. When it comes to milk, the higher the fat, the less the sugar. The lower the sugar, the lower the fat, the more the sugar. Skim milk is a scam. Okay? If you're gonna drink milk, it should be high fat milk, because it's not about the fat, it's about the sugar. Everything is about the sugar, not the fat. Okay? So if you read the labels, you'll see that that's true. Heavy cream has almost no sugar, if any at all. But skim milk has like 16 grams of sugar, right? So higher fat, lower sugar. Just remember that, okay? Good night, everyone. I love you.
Thank you.
Thank you.